Hello everybody, and welcome to the Campfire with Bill. Today's question is, how do you recognize an honest, decent Democrat? Well, today they are deeply ashamed of what their party did during this election. They are embarrassed that their party could be so criminally evil, brazenly lying and fabricating hundreds of thousands of votes for Joe Biden. Decent, honest Democrats are openly apologizing for what their party did to millions of Americans, and they are calling for thorough investigations. If they're not ashamed of their party, well, then they're just typical Democrats. Got my license plate today, and sure enough, I was the only person not wearing a mask in that room. And wherever I go, I smile and say hello to people. My dad taught me that. And usually lots of people say hi back to me. Not today. Only one man nodded, most ignored me, and a few gave me the look. I felt like I was the only lion in a room full of sheep. I hate what those slave masks have done to America. There are no more smiles in the marketplace. Those masks are the America burqa. They show your submission to a totalitarian government. And if you think the masks are going to go away once their COVID excuse goes away, you probably also think that Bruce Jenner's a woman. Islam will never give up its burqas, and the Democrats will never give up their face masks. In the USA, the face mask has become a point of resistance to the tyranny. A lot of violence against Trump supporters in the news. I see one man here is on a respirator in the hospital. Apparently one of Biden's thugs came up behind him at a Trump rally and smashed his skull with a hammer. Folks, this is just the beginning. The left intend to intimidate Americans into submission to their totalitarianism. And no matter who ends up in the White House, this intimidation is not going to stop. The communists are finally on a roll inside the USA, and beating people into submission is a part of their methodology. And so is jail for dissidents. And sure enough, I see here both Oregon and Michigan are launching new COVID-19 crackdowns with jail sentences. They are all designed to make citizens submit to left-wing authority. Here's a terrible story. One American News is reporting that over 82,000 lawsuits have been filed against the Boy Scouts of America on behalf of boys who have been molested. 82,000. How did such a thing happen in America? Well, that's easy. They capitulated to the militant sexual perverts who wanted to take little boys on overnight camping trips. We all knew what would happen. We warned the Boy Scouts for years, but because of their fear of lawsuits, they caved anyway to the demands of the liberal left, and now all those boys, raped and scarred for life. Yeah, you guys sure escaped the lawsuits, didn't you? You're in for a hard lesson. See, this is what liberalism does. This is exactly what happened to the Catholic Church. They submitted to the demands of sexual perverts instead of fighting them. This reminds me of the book of Isaiah in the Bible, where God commands us to learn to do good, seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, plead the widow's cause. Listen up, America. If those boys are not worth fighting for, then the America that I grew up in has truly died. You want to make America great again? That will never happen until America deals decisively with the national child abuse that the Democrat Party is trying to normalize. And I don't see anybody in a position of leadership who has the courage to stand up to the sexual pervert lobby. Oh, Fox News has gone full Zuckerberg, censoring conservative news and openly promoting left-wing propaganda. But it appears that President Trump might be partnering with Hannity, Tucker, and Ingram to launch a new news network that will be a bastion of honest reporting. And they're going to call it the MAGA network. And I predict that it will rocket to #1 in the country in its first month. America is that fed up with the propaganda of the left-wing machine. You know, in Russia, people don't even watch the news because they know it's all lies. And today, I trust Pravda more than I trust any mainstream media outlet in America. All right, here's something I need to address. I'm looking at the story of this big clash between Trump supporters and the left-wing thugs in Washington, D.C. And as I said before, this is a communist takeover of America, and brutal thug tactics are always there when the communists seize power. These clashes are intended to strike fear into the hearts of Americans, to make us afraid to voice our support for President Trump or to be publicly identified as a Trump supporter. Actually, they intend to target any American who speaks out for freedom or for Christian values. I'm going to have to do some videos about how to prepare for these rallies so as to be safe from the Nazi-style intimidation tactics of the Democrats. How to monitor the situation, what to watch for, how to identify enemy leaders, how to deal with police, and how to legally defend yourself and others in the midst of such chaos. All right, let's talk a little more about the sexual molesting of American children. This is a problem that should be front and center in American dialogue. Now, some time back, I declared that Drag Queen Story Hour was a threat to children, and Google immediately demonetized all of my videos, over 1,000 videos. They almost put me out of business, and they almost put me out of my home. Sadly, I lost my Wild Bill for America website, and I've been getting by without it, but the way things are heating up, I need to get that back online. I need a secure place where I can say what needs to be said, to speak bold truth right into the faces of the enemy. I need some financial support to get a first-class website up and running. So if you believe this is important, then please consider becoming a monthly donor. Please go to my YouTube page and click that donor button up at the top right. Just $1 a day, $30 a month will help keep me in the fight. Thank you. I appreciate all your support over the years. This is Wild Bill for America. Thanks for watching, and America, bless God again.